Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. It's still the choice on Equa Television International. Do well to connect with us on Facebook and YouTube at Equa TV International. I still have Joyce Ricardo and Celia Lesha in the studio.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, and we are looking at results, how they are trooping in, you know, the upload from the official INEC website, the IRF. You know, results are just pouring, and then people are just going there, checking their polling unit, what they have there, is it corresponded with what they have, and then following the collation center all over, you know, the country, like Kaduna, Rivers, Oyo, Nasarawa, Plateau, you know, and some other states, you know, already collation is going on. So people are just following keenly and then going to the IRF, looking at the results that already are up there, checking their polling unit, and then computing their stuff locally, you know, like manually rather, you know, with their calculator. But I hope you will find a very good calculator to do that, because at the end of the day, if you are using a small calculator, you know how the numbers can just be, you know, with the results that are coming. Surprises.
Well, a lot of surprises, if you ask, and like I said earlier on, about 60 to 90% of results from different polling units cut across the 28 states that had the governorship election results have been uploaded on the IRF, and I think people can actually go to the IRF and then make inquiries of the results that are actually going, if it actually aligns with what they actually have from their polling unit. And well, as we go by the results that have come in so far, I think again the G5's Makinde wins 17 of 18 LGA in Oyo, even though there are like 15 more to go. But so far, from the 18 that have arrived, he won 18. He won 17. And another interesting one is in Yobe. The state, the Speaker of Yobe State House of Assembly, Ahmed Lawan Marwa of APC, who represents Nguru 2 constituency, has been surprisingly heated by the PDP Lawan Musa, 35-year-old. Like, he actually won that particular seat. Ahmed Lawan Mirwa, who has been there for a long time, and this time around, this 35-year-old Lawan Musa actually took over is taking over the seat and to represent Nguru 2 constituency, and I think the results are still floating.
And I think for Plateau State, we're still, even though they're still dropping, for APC, they have like about 7,936. Labour Party have about 1,028, PDP 9,926, and then 721. So they're still dropping. They're still dropping. So we just hope that, however, with all the anxiety, joy, and happiness, I just hope that we just keep it calm. But even though from what we're seeing from now, PDP is leading, and then followed by APC, then PRP, then Labour Party. So we'll just keep the viewers updated with all of that, and then we just hope that they'll keep their fingers crossed as we see get more of that coming from Plateau State. And then also for Zamfara, the results are still dropping. About 2,125 polling unit results have been uploaded out of 3,529. And then about 1,834 have been uploaded out of the 3,597. So the results are still dropping. So people should just keep their fingers crossed, check the RF, and then as the results keep dropping, we'll just let people know how it's dropping. Even though other states are still here, Kano, Kaduna, Jigawa, Gombe, Ebonyi, Delta too, I think the results are still dropping, even in Benue, where we have 4,007 of the 5,125 results have been uploaded. And then in Bauchi, where we see one of the places too that we said we are holding on, about 4,120 of the 5,425 are up. So people should just keep following up for the governorship polls.
Bauchi?
Yes, Bauchi.
How
About
many have dropped?
4,007 of the 5,102 results have been uploaded. So they should just
Which is
follow.
85%
Yes.
so far. So
Till
if you're
so
in
far,
Bauchi and you are really following,
Yes.
you know, what is happening in your state, just go to the IRF and see which ones have already dropped and continue to make your calculation, you know.
Yeah.
and
Well,
follow
let me
them.
quickly take you to Kano.
Okay.
Rogo constituency in Kano. Talking about the assembly elections, NMPP wins Rogo constituency. And I think while others are celebrating, like I said earlier on, some people are actually not happy with the process. And again, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, talking about Peter Obi, is sympathizing over lives that were lost. And he described it in lives lost in a simple thing as election. So it means that for him there was ample time that would have prepared and averted this death. But just like you described, lives were lost over a simple thing as an election. I think is a failure, if you ask me, on the part of the people that are actually bestowed with that responsibility of protection of lives and then properties. It's election, so it's actually uncalled for that people will just go down because they decide to go out and exercise their civic responsibility.
It is quite unfortunate that in this part of the world, like life doesn't really matter. And then you ask yourself, where is the humanity in us? You know, where is our conscience? If we are talking about democracy, you know, that we fought the military because we feel is a one-way system of government. It's autocratic. Whatever, someone wake up and then decide and say, this is how to go, and then he will come and execute it, and you can't challenge him. Once you dare him, you know, is either you're being killed or you've been locked up and then being forgotten. And then, like you always say, you know, this democracy that we're enjoying, some people sacrifice their life, their money, you know, so many things, precious things, you know, in order to see us where we are today. But, you know, I told myself, if tomorrow we'll go back to grave and then wake people like them Azik, then Awolowo, then Tafa Balewa, and then ask them that so far, this is where we are when they left. Would they clap for us? Would they be proud of us? You know, and you look at the whole thing, like someone is talking about me representing you, and then the same person you want to represent you are killing. Does it make sense? It doesn't make single sense. It doesn't make single. And I always say, and I keep saying, you know, anybody that is a beneficiary to anything that is negative will always support it. Yes, we'll always support it because that's his God. Without that thing, he's nothing. Like you rightly said earlier, without that particular thing, you are nothing. The person is nothing. So I feel earlier we saw how people came together. That's the power of unity. That's the power of unity. And that is the power of you knowing your right, what is enshrined in the Constitution. That's what we are just quiet for too long. And then people take our silence to be like we're afraid, you know, or we are fools, like we don't really know what we are doing. Because I can't imagine in a country like this that you will say on an election day that you hire thugs. Because these things are not rocket science. They are there. You know it. Because we know the people that are contesting. And these politicians always will tell you before they contest, they will check, they will map out and see where is their strength and where is their weakness. For where they are winning, they don't have problem with that. They will tell you that even if you are to take palliatives there, it doesn't matter. That just leave them. Those people are my own. So with or without, they will vote me. You will see them channeling their power to convince people, to woo people to their side. But if the people resist, that is when you begin to see issue of talks coming in. Like, if I'm not winning, then the polling unit will not count. And the electoral empires, they know about these things. And that's why I said, if you check all this manipulation, it's coming from the state and the local government, because they are the closer to people, and that is where the manipulation takes place. They will tell you. And that's why if you see the issue of appointment that come even with the political party is based on loyalty to the party, not even to the nation. You ask yourself, which one comes first? Is it the nation or the party? Without the nation, there won't be a party. You understand? And this same democracy you are bragging that you want to represent people under a political party, some people fought for it. Is that their dream? Is that what they want? That citizens would be killed simply because somebody is occupying a seat? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. I think the citizens should sit down and just look at this thing in a simple term and then look at it. If someone will bend on pushing some people to kill, to destroy property in the name of I am in charge, then I don't think the person deserves to be a leader. And if you see in the series of these things, hardly you see these people that are so-called leaders come out and condemn. Not just condemn, but see them acting like seriously they are condemning this and they mean it. Hardly you see this. Check the issue of insecurity in this country. How many of them came out to make a categorical statement? In this country, we know about someone, when a lady was killed in Sokoto, just a tweet, he went back and deleted the tweet simply because there was a threat that we will see how you will become a president. And I asked, is it going to be a president for this particular people? And look at how the other religion, some key people came out going around other religion, trying to woo them, telling them that this person have them at heart, giving money, telling people that this person will work for them. At the end of the day, maybe just leaving that tweet will just give you an edge over these people that you are thinking they are nothing. But look at it. Some people threaten you that with that you will not win. With deleting it, you did not win. That's just my opinion. I'm just looking at it. And so many Nigerians, this is how they are looking at things, and this is how they are calculating. So it is high time. We should be telling these politicians that enough is enough. This is how we want us, like Nigerians, to be governed. And we insist. Just like these people that say we must vote. At the end of the day, they are voting. They are voting. That's the way to go because they know they are right. So if we allow certain things to just go, and they will say, no, just forget. If it's Nigerians, they will do ha. And once you threaten them, they will just go quiet. But I think we are getting there.
Yeah, we are, because I think Nigerians are beginning to realize that enough is enough. They have taken so much. The pills are becoming too bitter. And then it's high time they begin to air out their views and express themselves of things that are happening, that they're not happy. And just like you were asking a question, and that is like $1 billion question, which comes first? Is it the nation or is it the candidate that you are loyal to at the end of the day? Who will you put first? And making reference to all what our leaders in the past have passed through, and no wonder I keep making reference to the national anthem. I think maybe it's because that is the closest that I think anybody.
How many of them can recite that national
Many
anthem?
of course, you know. But the reason why I keep making reference, and that was why yesterday I said maybe it's high time everybody goes back to learn the national anthem and the pledge again. Because if you look at the wordings and things, the person who wrote that know what it means. Why did we have to even change our national anthem from the first anthem that we had? Was because it didn't really show who we are as a people. And that was why we had to show the second anthem was written white to show that we're united regardless of what tribe, regardless of what part of the country you belong to. So Nigerians are beginning to realize that enough is enough. And I think we really have to wake up, just like you're saying. Already from this group of people that we saw from the videos during the attacks and all those oppressions, question that said they must vote, a statement has been made. And then for the people who felt they can keep oppressing them, they have realized that the people are waking up from their slumber. Yes, we want to protect our life, but then we also have to show that if it means that because there are people that have even boldly say, if it means I lose my life doing the right thing, then I will do the right thing. At least posterity have it that I actually died doing the right thing. And we keep making, reference to the fact that whatever you do, don't think that nobody is watching. People are watching. You might think that you're just doing it, but you never can tell who is actually watching you. You never can tell. Maybe when they're looking for somebody to give a special appointment, you'll be the first person that a finger will be pointed at. Why? Because you've been doing something that actually generations after will benefit from. So Nigerians are beginning to realize that they are tired of the way things are. And for the people, I keep making reference to the talks that have allowed themselves to be used as weapons to actually intimidate and oppress people, that they need to sit back. If they have lost their conscience, then they need to wake it up. And that is why I said that we might feel that this is common sense, but it's not common at all. Because in as much I think it's common, it's not found with people anyhow. There are people who have decided to sell their souls to certain things that are not virtue. There are certain things that are not, you cannot even relate with. Certain things that are not even supposed to be heard among people. We are not animals. We're people, and that is why there are rules and laws that govern everything we do. And so I just hope that with all of these things that are happening, that's why I keep making emphasis, we need to go back to the rule of law. What does it say? Certain people feel that they can get scot-free with certain things they do, and that's why they keep doing. Maybe we need to set example with certain groups of people, because how do we now have all these lies of Boko Haram that are, intimidating people? How did it start? Maybe it started from something small, and we felt we could actually control it. And now, right now, we can see that from the papers, they're saying Boko Haram, IPOB are among the 10 deadliest, terrorist group in the world. So we need to wake up. Nigeria have to realize that. Let it not be that when they're talking about number one in evil and bad things, we shouldn't be there. When they're talking about, because we have all that it takes to, prosper as a nation. But I think we need to make deliberate attempt to choose leaders that when they make policy, the policy will actually make effective. We have Nigerians that are, making it well outside the country. You begin to ask questions, what is the problem? Is Nigeria a very toxic environment that when you get out of the country, that is when you shine, but when you're in the country, something is not going well. So we need to know that Nigeria it has all that it takes. It's all about making deliberate attempt, choosing good leaders that can actually, because we cannot all be there, and that is why we are having elections where we choose leaders that will represent us there.
In the event of choosing good leaders, that is when you see the issue of intimidation that we are talking. People are willing, people are resilient, people want to really see this change, and they are coming out, and then people are saying you are not going to vote. And look at the question that woman asked. It touched me. She said, simply because seeing me and judging me by my tribe, is it written on my forehead, this is the person I'm going to vote? That thing struck me. And you can't just see people, and that's why I'm saying, and that's why I asked that question. So if you are saying we should go by that, will the president-elect be a president-elect today? How many are Yorubas in Nigeria? It is a no. And if you come and you are saying you are an Igbo, and you said today we are talking about Peter Obi during the election, is it only the Igbos that gave him that 6 million across the country? The answer is no. And that's why
we're used to playing ethnic cards, and that is why even from some of the comments you see and some of the callers, you hear some people say, oh, I know my polling unit, we all voted for this party, and because we all voted for, it means that this person must emerge. I keep reminding people that we have over 1,700,000 polling units across Nigeria.
Yes.
We are not having just one state in Nigeria. We're having like 36 states, and all of these states actually participated in the process. So it means beyond your polling units, you get people cut across these 1,706,000 polling units actually came out and vote. So we should outgrow politics of ethnic cards because it won't take us anywhere. it can only take us backward, like I would say 10 years backward. Yes. And that is why, like, the presidential candidate of Labour Party is saying it's sad that Mr. Peter, the chairman of PDP in Eza local government of Ebonyi State, has just lost his life because somebody felt he's not doing my own card. So he should just go, and then they employ talks, flogged him. And this man, at the point they took him to the hospital, he just gave up. You can imagine the pain he went through. Yes. You can imagine the kind of flogging that he got before he gave up the cause. I think it's so uncalled for. Let's learn to respect people's opinion and people's point of view. I think that's the height of maturity for me. That's the way it when you have your point of view, I respect yours. You don't have to agree with me. Like, I've seen a situation where a husband and a wife go to vote, and while the husband votes for this party, the wife voted for the other party. And I think I had interaction with them when I was asking, so you mean you went all out and then this person voted this party, this other person said yes. Why? Like, it was so interesting because they were sitting down, they were all eating, and nobody was angry with anybody that did not vote this party, you know. And I think the husband that voted a different party was the person I asked, and he told me that choice. That's what she felt it was right, and that's what she did. So he voted for this other candidate in this party, and they laughed about it.
Did they stop being husband and wife? Of course.
You get, so like I said, they were actually eating, and even this while I was asking those questions. Let's get to the point that we respect other people's point of view. If we respect people's point of view, while you see 8, I might be seeing it differently. While you see 3, another person might be seeing it. You see 9, another person might be seeing 6. So I must not argue with you that it is 9. It must be 9. No, let's get to that point that we respect people's choice. And if we do that, I think we will not be talking about intimidation. We will not be talking about violent attack. We will not be talking about oppression, because we know that, oh, this person does not agree with the ideology of my candidates. Even after marketing your candidate, after saying all manner of things, and the person says no, take a bow. Oh, I respect your own decision, but can you see reason why you should? And the person insists that no, let the person be. You get, let's outgrow this system of like instigating, intimidating, oppressing people because they don't agree with it. That means we won't go anywhere, because for growth to take place, then it is like a collective effort. We all have to come together, sit down and say, oh, how can you do this? How can you do that? Well, we agree. But by the time we keep disagreeing, then we go nowhere. So I think it is very important that going forward, we take like note of all these things, so that we don't keep going back and forth with issue of, oh, my candidate must win, or the candidate saying it is a do or die affair. If you people don't vote me, then you are not voting. It was so shameful seeing people on such videos saying that, go back, you better don't come out if you know you are not voting for this party. If you want to vote for another person, go to your land. It's really disheartening. I think we should outgrow that.
When you're talking about maturity, that is where what Joyce is saying will come in play. That when you disagree, we agree to disagree. I don't have to always, be on the same page with you. It's all about knowing that this is where your boundary is. This is where my boundary starts. So I think it's all about getting to a place that we're not saying that it happened, because for some people, definitely they have been brainwashed, and to actually take them some time to come back to a page where normal human beings, permit me to use that word, because it's actually abnormal for you to actually impose your own candidate on people. It's actually abnormal for you to say that because you do not disagree with me, I'll do something to, even though I know it's in human nature, very difficult to take no for an answer. You always want people to agree with you at the end of the day. When somebody say no, you feel that the person does not like you, or the person is actually having something evil, against you. But we need to have this when we talk about maturity. That's why maturity is not about age. You hear people saying that I know of an 80-year-old boy and I know of an 80-year-old man. It's all about growing to a place, that life has taught each and every one that this is what we should do at a point in time.
As we speak right now, there are so many people right now that have burned bridges that they need from tomorrow, because of this gubernatorial election and State House of Assembly. Like, I said this during one of our programs that I saw the evolvement of internet terrorists. And what I mean by that is that they are not like, oh, the ones that we see physically, they'll just come and kill. These people use words. They
Terrible
use
words.
their keypads to type things that will just bring you down. That emotionally, psychologically, it can kill you. And no wonder some people, you see them killing themselves because if somebody will tell you go to hell. They use words on you that, oh, they don't care how you feel about it. And then we've seen that playing out because words are powerful, and the information you expose yourself to has a way of affecting you. So imagine that people fight you because you are not supporting their candidate or their ideology or their party, and they keep saying certain words to you. Over time, before you know, some people become depressed, and at some point they start feeling less of who they are, and people just use words to destroy other people. And that's what I mean by internet terrorists. Like, I've seen people fight themselves like they are not brothers, they are not sisters, they are not one Nigeria. And I just keep wondering, oh, after this election, I kept making reference to, so what if you just need help of that your neighbor that you kept fighting? What happens? Like I said, they have burned the bridges right now. I just hope that by tomorrow they'll start going back to reconcile, because these politicians will not even be anywhere close to you.
Do you know how much it takes for someone to build a bridge?
And you destroy it.
That's why I say they have tomorrow to start, or even today. Better start, because election has come and it has gone. So it is very important.
It is.
Let's stop burning these bridges. And you know one thing with trust, once you break that trust, it's difficult to build it back. Imagine how you have fought with people just because of election and some of these politicians. You will not even see after the election some of these people, and then your neighbor that you see every day, you have fought with your neighbor. I wonder who will help you with that Maggi or that, or will help you carry that water to your house.
Joyce, what's part of it is that sometimes you burn those bridges, like you said, and then fight, and at the end of the day, the candidate failed. You get it. For viewer out there, our phone lines are open, so just do well to call us. Let's hear your own view, and let's hear what is happening in your own area, and what is your expectation at the end of the counting, the collation rather. So just keep a date with us. As the result comes, we keep updating you. I have Gombe here, through the IREF, governorship election, Gombe. We're expecting 2,988, but so far 2,443 results have been uploaded by the IRF.
It's commendable.
Yeah, it is, which is 81.7%, and then the results are still dropping. So if you're from Gombe and you're following, because it's one of the areas that the governorship seat is keenly contested, not even the governorship seat alone, but even the State House of Assembly, because prior to the election, some members of the House of Assembly decamped to another party, and then you have 3 people, in the contest, and all of them are strong. One from NNPP, one from PDP, and then the incumbent governor, APC. So the fight is really tough, And if you are there, just try and see how you can follow your polling unit if the result is uploaded, and then start using your calculator. Follow them manually and gather the point there.
Again, early check on the IREF shows that for Yobe, out of 2,823 polling units, result of 2,294 polling units have been uploaded. So I think about 600 plus is still expected. That's a good one so far. And we also have for Zamfara, 2,125
okay, you are in Northwest, right?
Yes. 2,125 polling unit results have been uploaded out of 3,521, and it means that 1,834 have less than that, or even more than that is expected. So we also have 1,834 have been uploaded out of 3,597 polling units results of Taraba. and 2,847 polling unit results have been uploaded out of 3,991 polling units in Sokoto. And for Rivers, 4,889 results have been uploaded out of 6,866 polling units in the oil-rich Niger Delta state. And I think it's one of the states as well where the battle for the seat of the governor is actually heated there. And for Plateau states, like you mentioned earlier, 4,408 results have been transmitted to the IRF portal out of 4,989. That's like over 80% has been uploaded, and this is just an early check on the IRF. So I think more are actually coming.
Yeah, I think also we have for Akwa Ibom, 3,375 have been uploaded out of 4,353 are up. And then in Abia too, we have 3,183 have been uploaded out of 4,062. So the results are still, going up even in Cross River.
I think for Abia, more have dropped, as you are saying, it's 3,422 right now. Because as we call, that's how the results are dropping. So we'll do our best to see that we keep you posted as they drop.
Okay, I think that's all I have for now that I've dropped. So you could just keep checking the IRF because the results are, as we call, it keeps going up. So you just keep your fingers and then be peaceful as you see the result. Don't get angry.
Yes.
Don't attack anybody. Don't burn down bridges that you actually need at the end of the day.
For Anambra, there's no governorship election there, but we know that House of Assembly, we have 5,719 results have been uploaded out of 5,720. So if you check, almost 99.9%, already have been uploaded in Anambra. So do well to check your polling unit.
Well, early check on the IRF, that's for Kano. I think 7,000 of the 11,000 polling unit results are up. And then for Kaduna, 6,513 of 8,012 has been uploaded. Jigawa, 3,599 of 4,522 are up. And then going by all these results...
I have Benue.
Okay.
Yeah, for Benue, 4,343 thousand uploaded out of 5,102. That is 85.1%.
We have Gambo calling from Jos. Hello, good afternoon, Gambo.
Hello.
Hello, Gambo. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling The Choice on Equa Television.
Good afternoon.
Please go on with your contribution.
How was the service today?
Great.
We bless God.
Well, I was the one that called from Kafanchan. I just came back to Jos. I reside here in Jos.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome back.
Yes, Gambo, how is it?
Is it Joy? I think yesterday you were prophetically declaring the book of Isaiah chapter 60. And I think is the scripture for the season. God is up for something. And I believe that our effort will not be in vain. I really sacrificed. I deny my family food to transport myself to Kafanchan just to exercise my right. And I use my voter's card as a prayer point. And I know God will not deny me what I prayed for.
Amen.
I have not collected any dime from anybody, but I gave in my effort to make sure that we see credibility in this election. And concerning the cabals, the say why the Eden range and the people imagine vain things, that their imagination is vain. That new Nigeria that we are looking for, honestly, it will come to be. The Hausa, the Igbo, the Yoruba that are faithful to Nigeria, Nigeria will be fruitful to them.
Amen.
And please keep on encouraging the people with that scripture. It is the scripture for the season. We are looking forward for God. He will never fail. He has never failed before, and he will never fail us. God bless Equa Television. God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Gambo. I think I commend your resilience. Like, you have to travel from Jos to Kaduna, Kafanchan, just to vote. I've had situations where people say, oh, I came, but because the election was postponed, I'm not going back again. But he did. He actually exercised his civic responsibility as a patriotic Nigeria, and I think I give it to him.
Yeah, I have Delta, 4,663 result uploaded out of 5,863, which make the percentage of 79.53% already result uploaded in the IREF.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
and you see, when people like Gambo speak, you will know that there are Nigerians out there. They are really determined, that are still hopeful that this country will be fixed. And then it gives hope to people out there. Just look at it. Now, what are you, is not what you want the country to do for you.
I think we have Abubakar calling from Zaria. Hello, good afternoon, Abubakar.
Hello, Abubakar. Good afternoon. How is Zaria?
Good afternoon, man.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, go on. You are live.
Fine, sir. Calling. I see the active of the. You said?
Go on,
Hello?
please.
Go on, we are with you.
Hello.
Hello, go on, please. You are live on air.
Okay. The update of the election results that we have been seeing, we are appreciating with the effort they are giving to the public of the nations. And also, I pray for the success of your movement. By the grace of God, I pray for the Elka television. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Abubakar. We
really
sincerely appreciate. Yes. Yeah. And then, you know, when you hear people call and then they are praying for the nation, they are praying for the system. Like our prayers, like Gambo said, the people, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Biroms, all other tribes that form Nigeria, those that believe in this country and are doing the right thing concerning this country, God will never fail them. God will never fail them. And that's why in this station, we keep encouraging that let's keep doing the right thing, regardless, no matter what, no matter the intimidation, whether people see you and applaud you, or people see like you are just wasting your time, or people call you all sorts of names. Because if you are doing the right thing in this part of the country, people call you a fool, that you don't know what you are doing. You will remain like that. That people like that don't make it in life. People like that remain poor. People like that, you know, they are just there. Whatever they source for them and they give them, that's what they will live with. But remember that God, who is almighty, is watching.
Of course.
The reward is greater, and the reward is not now. And like you rightly said, you know, it takes a process. It takes time for everything to mature. Just look at us. That's not how we've been born. You know, there was a process, there was a grooming, and then we get where we are. And God is not done with us because He's taking us somewhere. And the same thing with the country. As long as we believe in this country and then we are doing the right thing, definitely, one day we will all smile. And like you say, prosperity will clap for us, because it will say, what did Sele contribute to the growth of this nation? What did Joyce? And then people will go back and then see your effort, what you have done. And that's when they will start reminding other people that this is the path to go when it comes about patriotism, you know, of the country. Yeah, you know, and I think that's the way to go.
You know, somebody, if you remember during the presidential election, we kept making reference to that Okada rider in Kaduna. And we're like, he didn't even know, hopefully, maybe he didn't even know that he will emerge or he'll be given a position. But then, whole and behold, maybe while he was dropping one of his customers, that was when, you know, the whole news came in. And we kept making reference that just keep doing what you're doing. As far as you know that what you're doing is the right thing, as far as you know what you're doing is not illegal, just keep trading the path of righteousness, just keep trading the path of goodness. At the end of the day, your Father in heaven, who sees what you do in secret, will reward you openly when people that were actually, you know, making jest of you and saying that you're not doing the right thing. What will it benefit you at the end of the day? The Bible says to gain the whole world and lose your soul. So you realize that killing people will not take you anywhere at the end of the day. You just keep, you know, losing even, what were we going to call it, your value in the lives of people. Because we are not here, you're not just here at the end of the day, you are here to actually add value to humanity, add value to leadership, add value in everything that you do. And that's why we keep saying that even in your little position of duty that has been given to you, how are you doing it? When we keep calling on our leaders to be credible, to be people of character, are you a person of integrity? We need to start asking ourselves that question too, that do we really have what it takes to be, you know, people of integrity? Do we really have what it takes to actually stand and say that this leader is bad? We keep making reference to the fact that if you are going to change, the change we always envision from our leaders, it starts with us at the end of the day. In your little place, as a market woman, what kind of measure do you use to give? As even no matter how small that place is. So we hope that at the end of the day, as leaders,
We have Chuks
or as
calling from
candidates,
Lagos. Sorry
okay.
to cut you. Good afternoon, Chuks.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. How are you doing this afternoon?
Yes, thank you very much. I enjoyed your program. The presidential election of last month, people trooped out to vote. And because it was what they based their hope on, that INEC has improved, that everything will improve. That was why people came out en masse to vote. But after that, last yesterday, when I went out, I discovered that only 1/3 of those people that came out to vote during the presidential election also came out. The turnout was very, very poor because according to them, and what I witnessed, their vote did not count. The beavers they messed up with actually made people not to come out because people were assured that with beavers everything will be okay. But when the beavers was able to read only House of Reps and Senate, it depends what happened to the presidential election, they couldn't upload it. So people were not concerned, people were not happy. And majority of them came out because of the presidential election, because of the hope they have reclaiming the country back. But the problem yesterday, we discovered that even in Lagos, where I stay, they threatened so many people who will come out inside that threat to vote for people that will not recognize you. Look at the threat, and the police, they closed their eyes as if nothing was going on. After the information they gave them, the police closed their eyes as if nothing was going on. It's so painful. Not that the election was not, the INEC did not organize the election yesterday. Well, they did, but security did not live up to expectation. They know the areas, those flashpoints where they are supposed to mobilize those policemen, security men. They didn't do that. They allow the non-indigenous areas where the non-indigenous reside for people to penetrate and did all sorts of evil. Nobody came out to caution them. You saw on social media people threatening, if you are not an indigenous, don't come out to vote. By now, police would have arrested those people, but they are moving around the street. They are the kingmakers. It's a pity, my sisters and brothers.
Thank you, Chuks.
Thank you so much, Chuks, for that first-hand information. You recall earlier on I said that the CP in Lagos actually said that the police there intervened promptly. Also a statement saying that there was no widespread violence, and that was contrary to the videos that were going viral. Some of them were played earlier on here, and I'm just wondering if there was like prompt intervention, then I think some of these attacks that are perpetrated, that we even saw a video of one of the Nigerian actress, Choma Opota, where her car was actually destroyed. She was attacked by thugs with knife and stones and all of that. All of these things wouldn't have happened. The fact that we even had that even at the presidential election, the fact that before this gubernatorial election, people have highlighted the intimidation, the threat to violence, which we expected that we'll see presence of security, especially in those areas where people are threatened not to come out, but reverse was actually the case. In fact, if you notice on one of the videos that we watched earlier on, it was when the army intervened that one of the thugs was shot down with even a machete, and then people were saying, God bless Nigerian army. You get, and so at that point, where were the police? Even after getting information prior to the election of intimidation. So just like Chuks is saying, he's from Lagos State, and I think it's just validating the videos we watched and then some of the information we got earlier on. Like I said, proactiveness is key. Let's not be acting like jokes to the international world. We know that we are going to have election. We know that there are tendencies of all of this in some of these areas. Then proactive measures should have been put in place to avert it. Because people were complaining, oh, this can lead to low voter turnout. This can lead to voter apathy. If people don't see security in place, they won't turn out. No matter how you encourage people to go out, if they are not sure of their safety, they won't go out. So that not look like a deliberate action. Lydia, good afternoon. Thank you for calling The Choice. Well, I think we lost that call. Please do well to call us, Lydia from Kaduna State, and let us know. So I think, please, let's have leaders that will be proactive, leaders that will always stand for truth, and leaders that will do the needful. Going straight to River State, where coalition still ongoing, the People's Democratic Party gubernatorial candidate, Siminalayi Fubara, who many people refer to as the anointed candidate of Wike, has cleared 8 local government area and in the state, and that's according to the state governorship election results that have been collated so far.
I think there are people that are still contesting because
I think we have a caller, Mike.
Okay, Mike, good afternoon. How is Niger?
Somebody not come out.
Yes, Mike.
Niger is good.
All right, please go ahead.
I'm coming from Niger State, Mike.
All right, go on.
All right. Yeah, I'm very happy for what happened are you hearing me?
We
Yes,
are.
we are.
Yeah. I want to complain what really happened and on the last presidential election.
Okay.
Hello.
Mike, we're with
Please
you,
go on
please.
with your point, please.
So what really happened is Niger State that people did not turn up again because of are you hearing me? What really happened in Niger State here where I am here, people did not turn up again because of what happened on the presidential election. Are you hearing me?
Yes, Mike.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think he made his point. The fact that he's trying to give reasons why people didn't actually turn out is because of what happened during the presidential election. He was trying to make a point about River State and the anointed candidate of Wike in quote by so many,
He's
because
leading.
so far he's leading. He won 8 local governments.
So, some of the agents, raised an observation, and then they were able to give in an opportunity to even speak, and then they talk about some irregularities, and then they were being asked to officially, put their complaint so that, the INEC will look into it and then see what the process say, what the law says. So I think that is what is obtainable instead of disrupting the process. you do what the legal process says, what the guideline says, and I think it's very important if we go that way. And then some of them say they have official videos, you know, they have pictures to back up their complaint, and that's, you can't rule it out. These are things that you will see, you know.
Yes, we have another call as well.
I begin to surprise if a son is contesting for election, like a state house. Now, a mother is a lecturer. She has that right to come to the INEC office here in Kwara State in Buki, precisely, and be instructing the INEC officials in the office. So how does that go?
Okay, can you ask that again?
We didn't get your
Can you hear me?
question, Zach.
Yes, please go on.
So I said, I begin to surprise if a son is contesting election in the state house. So now the mother is a lecturer in Unica. So the mother now has been campaigning ever since for the son, that is, has been campaigning. So now after the election finished yesterday, after 12 evening hour, she went inside the INEC collection office and stayed and spent much time inside that office. You know, so now do you think, as they're coming out from that office that yesterday, would they make anything funny as a son who is contesting for the election? So we are surprised. So that's what I have to put into the radio.
Okay. Thank you, Zach, for putting this up. He's talking about a woman who is a lecturer and her son is contesting for a state house of assembly seat, and that after voting ended, she went to the INEC office there, and I think people were doubting because she has been like campaigning for her son, and after the election, while counting maybe ongoing or done, like she went into the INEC office. But I think what is more important, after your election at your polling unit, was the result announced there? You get, that's another point. Was it announced at the polling unit? Do you have the record? Because that way, her entrance into the INEC office, that they are suspicious of, when at the end of the day collation is being made and you hear a different result, then you can raise alarm going by the facts you have on ground. Let's talk to this caller, and I think that will be our last caller before we go for break. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, good
Hello,
afternoon.
good afternoon.
Hello?
We're with you. Good afternoon.
I'm calling from River State.
Okay.
Okay, please go on.
How is Rivers? We are talking about Rivers before your call.
Afternoon. Thank you. Yes, the River State is fine. So we thought the election yesterday very good.
Okay. The election was very good.
Okay, Thompson, please do well to call us back maybe later when we are back, and then the phone lines will still be open as we keep on updating you on how the results are coming and then how declarations are being made. For that person that make that statement, I think I will go with you, and that's my position. You know, the IRF is there, and the reason for IRF is for you to follow the results real time, so you can go back and see which how many votes is he covering and how many polling units are there. Just go and check what are the scores there, and then go to the IRF and then confirm whatever is being announced that is contrary to what is on the IRF. Then I think you can take the legal issues. So thank you for staying with Equa Television. Our programs continue, but we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. So be with us.
my job.